Hey friends, it is Monday. Hope you are having an amazing Monday. Today, we're getting a little bit deeper in what I was talking about last week, in scheduling your content. What does that mean, and how does it make an impact? By the time you are seeing this is late Monday afternoon, if not Tuesday. What's your plan for the week? What sort of content are you putting up, and when? Because one of the best ways that your customers can expect the content is that you've planned it out for them to receive it when it's time for them to expect it, which seems like a no-duh thing, except lots of people don't do it. Because here's one of my favorites for this week. For example, if it were on brand for you, maybe you should have released a Spotify playlist this morning of your favorite Grammy winners from last night, if that was on brand, right? Royal Rumble was last night. Ad Age has a whole bunch of the Super Bowl commercials out. If that's on brand for you, and I think there's 9 commercials out right now, share that stuff. How much of that do you have in the queue, and how much of that is ready to go? And if that stuff isn't on brand for you, that's fine too. What is the strategy for this week though? As you're working on scheduling on social, one of the questions I get all the time is, Eric, what do you think about automation? And I think this: automate where it works, automate where it makes the process easier, and then respond and act like a human, right? You can't automate all the way to conversion. You can't automate all the way to growth, but you can automate where it makes sense. If you want to lay out your schedule for the week so that you know what's on Facebook and work for the stuff on Instagram and use something like TweetDeck for Twitter, do that. But you've got to schedule. That's the part of this that I think a lot of people struggle in, is they want to wake up every morning and go, what should we put up on Tuesday? If you do that, that is how you're going to lose, right? If you woke up this morning and went, oh man, I forgot to put something up on Monday, the game's already lost. Right? You didn't make a Spotify playlist because you would just slam something together that would not be on brand for you. It would just be, I'm going to make a Spotify playlist. And somebody's going to see this video and do that. It's not really what we're talking about. We're talking about maybe last week on Tuesday, you were building the framework of this Spotify playlist ready for Sunday to trim it down to the ones who actually win and then release it at 6 a.m. on Monday. So maybe if you don't have anything scheduled for this week, this is a great exercise for you. If your brand were a TV show that was on every single day of the week, what sort of things would it be talking about? What would Tuesday be like? What would Wednesday be like? What would they expect on Thursday? What would they see on Friday? What things will they see on the weekend? Noodle that stuff around and then go test it. Because that's the fun part about this space, is that you get to test and test again. It's not as expensive as launching a television show. It's not as expensive as half the traditional mediums that you get to play around in that may or may not work. This is a may or may not work space that you can play in until you figure out what you should be doing and then double down on that. Hope that's helpful. If you have any questions, and I've been getting them and I love them, it's just eric@mlive.com. Have an awesome Monday. We'll talk this week.